welcome to our YouTube channel. Today on our P3 Road to New GEP, we are going to look at naming fractions. Now, for those of you, some of you may think that, hey, naming fractions, I already know. Well, today we're going to look at a more difficult version that is tested in round 2. So let's dive right in. So as we can see, this is a topic from 2023 GEP round 2. The horizontal line in the middle divides the entire rectangle equally. So this one equally, this is the same as well. So the question is asking, what fraction of the whole rectangle is shaded? So what fraction of the whole rectangle is this shaded part here? And give your answer in its simplest form. So let's try to understand this diagram right here. So let's zoom in. So much easier. So now let's look at this top shaded region first. Now, you see this big triangle cuts through two squares. And this one only cuts through, it only is within this one. So it's simpler, easier to see. But this one is not so easy to see. Now, what is the difference of this small triangle and this small triangle right here? Yes, for those of you who said that this is the same, wow, just amazing. Exactly, they are the same. So what we can do is you can just take this small rectangle and throw it inside here. Just like this. Throw. And we can form a square here. So much easier for us to see. Now, let's try to understand the question. The question is asking what fraction of the whole rectangle is shaded. So we want to find the fraction of this shaded of the whole thing, not just this row here. But then the problem is that here this row is divided into how many parts? 3 parts. Then this bottom row is divided into how many parts? 2 parts. Is not the same. So it's very hard for us to see. So here, what if, you see here, and let's only look at this top shaded region right here. Now, if we only look at this top shaded region, then this whole top row is divided into 3 parts. Now, if the bottom row is also divided into 3 parts, then is it easy for us to find the fraction? Yes. So here we need to redraw just by focusing on this top shaded region part. So let's redraw. The top row divided into 3 parts, bottom row also divided into 3 parts, just like this. And for the bottom region, we don't need to look at that first. We first focus on this top shaded region. Now, so much easier to see. Now, can you tell me what fraction is this shaded region? Yes, amazing. It is just simply 1/6. Perfect. So let's do the same for this bottom shaded region as well. So here for the bottom row, it's divided into how many parts? 2 parts. So we also need to divide the top row into 2 parts. Yes, so this is our main actor. So here divided into 2 parts, here also need to divide it into 2 parts. Just like this. And now, can any one of you tell me what is the fraction of this shaded region of the whole rectangle? Now, for some of you who is able to give an answer, very good. Now, for those of you who still don't have any ideas, it's okay. Now, we say here, this is a little bit complicated here. Although we divide this bottom row into 2 rectangles, but here we again cut this half rectangle into 2. So, let's also do the same for these rectangles as well. Cutting them into half. Now, can you tell me the fraction here? How many total parts do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. And this is only 1 part out of the 8. So the fraction will be? Yes, it will just be 1/8. So let's consolidate what fraction that we have here. First, the top shaded region and the bottom shaded region. The top shaded region, we will have 1/6. And the bottom shaded region, we will have 1/8. So I want to find the fraction of the rectangle that is shaded. So what should I do with these 2 fractions? Yes, we just need to add them together, just like that. Hey, but there's one problem here. The denominators are different. Can I add them just like that? You're right, I can't. So, here we need to make sure that the denominator are the same. We need to change it to become a same number. Here, become one number, and both of them must be the same. So, means that here, this 6 must times something, and this one must times the same number to become, so that they are equal. And the same thing goes for this 1/8. Now the question is, what number should we change it to? Can I just simply choose a number? For example, if you look at this 6 here, can I just take 6 times 2 to make it into 12? And then if this is 12, then here, can I make 8 into 12 just by using times? Yeah, you're right, I cannot. Which means that I cannot just simply find any number. This number must be a number that 6 times can reach, which means that it must be a multiple of 6. At the same time, a multiple of 8. Very good. So here, the easiest way for us to find is that you just need to take 6 times 8. Since it must be a multiple of 6 and 8, then just times them together. Then this number must definitely be a multiple of 6 and 8 here. So let's try to times. So 6 times 8 and 8 into times 6. So we can put it right here. So up and down must be the same to make sure that they are equal. So let's try to find out what is this fraction here. 6 times 8 will be 48. Very good. And 1 times 8 will be 8. So this will be 8 over 48. Perfect. Now what about this one? This will be 6 over 48. Amazing. So we will get this one like this. So let's try to add them up together. For the numerator here, 8 plus 6, what do we get? Yes, it is 14. What about the denominator? Does it change? Yes, it doesn't change. If it changes, then half plus half. And you add together, it won't be 2 over 2 anymore. It will become 2 over 4. That's wrong. So here, we need to add them together and the denominator is the same here. Now, is this our final answer? Let's read the question. The question says, give your answer in its simplest form. Simplest form means that these two numbers, 14 and 48, cannot be divided by any other number other than 1 together. So here, both of them still can be divided by one number here. Yes, very good. Wow, good observation. Yes, it still can be divided by 2. So let's divide them both by 2. And now, 14 divided by 2 will be 7. And 48 divided by 2 will be 24. Perfect. Fast calculation. So this will be 7 over 24. And we can see that both of them cannot together be divided by any number other than 1. And this will be our final answer. Great job, everyone. So now let's do a very big summary here on how to approach this problem. So first, of course, we need to look at these two parts here. We see that this small triangle and this small triangle are actually the same. So then we can change this into here. And now, what should we do next? Can we just look at these two fractions together? Yeah, we cannot. We need to look at the shaded regions one by one. And then we need to redraw them. So just by looking at this top shaded region, we can cut this into, this is divided into 3 parts. Bottom row we also divided into 3 parts. Just like that. And now we look at the bottom region here. Divided into 2 parts. The top also divided into 2 parts. Just like this. Then it's very hard to see. But here we again divided into two triangles here. So same thing. We also do the same for the other 3 rectangles. Just like that. Then it will be easier for us to see the fraction. And then finally, just need to add the 2 fractions together. Now, when we add fractions, this is addition of fractions with different denominators. We cannot just simply add them together straight away. First, we need to make the denominator the same. How? We can just simply cross multiply. Just take 6 times 8 and 8 times 6. Then they will definitely be the same here. So that will be the end of this video here. So here there is a question to help everyone familiarize. So here, this is the same question, almost a very similar question, so you can try. And once you finish the question, you can type your answers in the comment section down below. Now, if you have any questions when attempting this question, or if you are trying the GEP book and you have any questions, feel free to scan this QR code and contact me. Okay, any math questions you have or any type of question, you can always contact me. And in the future, we will have many different events like open classes and also a mock exam and review class of GP and so on. So make sure to scan this QR code and join our 2026 PG study group. So this is Teacher Mingwei from Kangaroo Study. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in our next one. Bye bye.